Practice. JMS still won't. Evan, Neil, and Watt.
What's Evan
Those are
doing?
four. He has a rib and a hip.
Watt tear, isn't he?
Yeah, he ended up having surgery. Yep.
How I'm interested is the right word, but how much of what you do is determinant on what the Eagles are going to do, or is it have no bearing? So it's who they're playing, what they're playing, things like that.
Yeah, no, we'll prepare like we normally do, and in meetings and practice, and get ready to play our game.
And then what happens if, you prepare for certain players and things like that. So what happens if you hear later today that they're not playing?
Yeah, that little bit like last week, Richardson and then Flacco. That's the nature of the NFL.
How much different has Saquon made their team this year when you look at them?
Yeah, I'd say they got a good football team, and Saquon's a good football player. So, got a lot of wins, productive, good team.
Has he changed the way that they've done stuff? Do you see a more run-heavy approach for that team? Do you see?
Well, he's got 2,000 yards, so yeah.
You mentioned on Monday how you and Joe communicate a lot and work together. When you guys came in, it was all you guys were in lockstep. How has that relationship evolved, or how is it 3 years into it?
It's good working relationship, good communication. Talk every day about a variety of things, roster, personnel, everything.
Do you think that's a strength that you guys have, that you do have that type of relationship in your roles?
We have a good relationship, good working relationship. Yep.
John mentioned at the league meetings at one point about that when he evaluates you guys, he evaluates you separately. How do you sort of view that?
Yeah, you'd have to ask John.
Do you think you guys can be evaluated separately, or do you think you're just...
Yeah, I'm just focusing on the Eagles, guys. Getting ready to play. Do as good a job as we can.
A bunch of guys in your locker room, when I was kind of talking to them about this season, one thing they mentioned was that maybe it was underestimated how much Saquon meant to your locker room. What do you think when you hear that?
Yeah, I'm just focused on the guys that are here. Again, I've said this many times before. Got a lot of appreciation and respect for Saquon. Just going to work as hard as we can this week to prepare for the Eagles.
Do you think you had enough veteran leadership there?
Yeah, again,
especially on the offensive side, I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're just getting ready to play the Eagles here and do the best job we can.
You've lost a lot of guys who have been, Andrew's a leader, Dexter was a leader, Carrot K a leader. These guys are not on the field anymore. So who do you see that maybe is taking some of that slack from some of the guys who aren't here? Daniel was a leader, he's not here.
Yeah, again, everybody has, you don't have to be a 10-year veteran to be a leader, like our rookies, Tracy and Malik, who've done a great job of answering the bell and doing the things that they need to do each week. Devin Singletary, Burns, GVR, Graham Gano, Casey Kreider. There's enough guys that doing a good job of handling their rooms in terms of the leadership in their room, and then collectively as a unit.
First 5 guys you mentioned there are guys that are here. This is their first year here. How much do you think that affects it? They don't have the equity built up here. And do you think that matters to guys in the locker room?
Well, I think I mentioned 5 guys after that had a lot of years experience, like Casey, Burns, Motor. Some of them are new. I understand that.
No, I'm talking about new here.
Yeah,
not in the league. I know Burns that have.
Yeah, again, that's
their first year here with the team. They didn't know the guys here more than 1 year.
Yeah, I got you. It's a National Football League. Things happen every year. Changes are made. So the guys that we have here are doing a good job.
You obviously had a relationship with Singletary before he got here. And he was signed, almost hours after Saquon left. He was the starting running back. Well, how do you assess what he's done? He got hurt, but he's played most of the season. Obviously, Tracy's started instead of him. Has he been a disappointment, or his numbers are obviously not there. Singletary.
Yeah, he's done everything we asked him to do. Good teammate, hard worker, good leader.
One of the big moves you made in this offseason was you taking over play calling and Mike's role shifted. How do you feel like that's worked out?
Yeah, we've won 3 games, so not good enough.
But I'm saying specifically with Mike, You promoted him, took the play calling away. How do you think he's handled that change for him?
Yeah, Mike's been a great teammate, good coach, good friend. Does a good job for us.
Is that you want him back next year?
Yeah, he does a good job for us. So we're focused on the Eagles here, guys.
With a guy like Jake Kubas, I mean, he played left, played right last week. I mean, what have you seen in him? Because he's coming from a lower level.
Yeah, no, tough. Very, very tough. Physically and mentally. He's got things that we look for in our offensive lineman. He's done a great job of sitting in that room with guys like GVR around him, Runyon when he was there, AT, even JMS to an extent of Illuminor. They've done a nice job with him. He listens, very smart. It's not too big for him, even though it's a lower level. He's a good young player to work with. He's done a nice job.
When you guys signed Amir, just curious, what did you see in him, and did you expect him to kind of have a touchdown like he had last week?
Well, he's a pretty good returner. He's done a nice job. He had the one against the Saints that got called back as a punt return. Obviously, he had this one. He's made some other good ones in Dallas. He's done a nice job of handling the ball. Good teammate. He's got a great personality about him.